Well, that song is over. Hello and good afternoon, everyone. How are you all doing? All one viewer. Wow. Okay. Well, that is I am setting a new bar for myself to clear today. Greetings, greetings. How are you doing? We are gonna play ourselves some Minecraft. Well, I see two chats, but the like I usually have viewers hidden. I have to like mouse over to actually get a direct to actually get a number. Um, so I roll over the viewer count and it says one. So I'm just like, oh, okay, that's particularly low. Okay then. And then two people talk, and I'm like, okay, wait a minute, somebody's lying here. Um, oh, oh yes, that coffee. My fingers are frigid today for some reason. Like it's not even that terribly cold in my office, but for some reason my fingers are just cold, and I have no answer for it. The numbers are never correct. Yes, the numbers, they always lie to you. Never trust the numbers. Oh, wait. Alrighty. Are we ready for some fun here? Let's find some music first, hey? Let's find some music for the fun, which is Minecraft Java Edition. Uh you know what? I haven't listened to Crypt of the Necrodancer in a while. I quite enjoy Crypt of the Necrodancer. Okay, so. Just wait for the game to kick in. Woohoo! Okay, so here's the deal. I have a decent amount of work to get done down in the pits today. And by pit, I obviously mean the rail lines. So I'm going to continue working on that. The north and the east line, is that it? Yeah, this is it. So, how was your week? How you doing there, Eli? Good to see you along for the ride. Still need to work on the ceiling in some of these spaces, but what I think I want to do mostly today is just expand the damn tunnel some. So, okay, it needs to be as high as the diorite frame, so. Oh, that's right, this, I forgot, there's this whole, like, vein, if you will, big and veiny, section of the tunnel that has gravel and coal. Let's equip this on my offhand. Soak up a little bit of the experience. I'll have to fill some of that in a moment here. Go ahead and strip the minerals out as well. Can't have too many minerals. The mineral is important. Is importante. Right. So, my week was interesting, guys. I had an interesting week. Where I was consistently and regularly busy with all sorts of fun things, you know? Oh, shit. I didn't know I was that close to the service. Well, fuck me. Wait, where the hell is this? Was okay, I grabbed both Subnautica games whilst on sale and load-shedding friend my second monitor. So, yeah, okay and not so okay week. What is going on here? This landscape is not familiar. Aha, there's the tower. Okay. I just popped up into a valley. Man, this is prime real estate right here. Look at it, it's beautiful. Right over the ridge. Oh, load shedding fried your second monitor. Oh, friend. I read that as friend. My bad. Man, that is no bueno. That is just straight up no bueno. Also, this looks like a creeper hole. Now, if I could watch some guides for those games before I start them would be nice, but first, must finish Kona. I mean, you know me, Eli. Hopefully you understand my tactic with creating guides at this point. I try to give as much information as possible without telling you the story or anything. I've actually gotten... It's not as much of a thing these days. I think a lot of people have clued into the fact that you can give information without spoiling story. But I remember for a long while I was consistently getting messages from people or comments saying, "Oh my god, you actually told me how to do something in the game without telling me the story. Thank you so much," you know. Or no, it was never thank you. It was always people who had already been through the game and were like, "I never thought that this would be possible." And I always looked at it and I said, well, yeah, it is, like, it's, well, geez, how do I phrase this? It was always a situation, whenever I got that type of a comment, where I was like, just a little bit of effort and creative vagueness would have done the job to avoid, like, telling someone the story. Because it's like, okay, well, this only happens after this major story event. Oh my god, your best friend is actually the enemy that you've been fighting this whole time. You know, one of those situations. And it's always like, well, you could just say a major story event that's hard to miss, you know? That fully decorated tunnel looks really nice there. Yes, yes. I mean, decorate, like, in all honesty, building the roads overland is way easier because they're not meant to look super fancy or anything. It's these subway tunnels that are the real pain in the tuchus. Because I insist on not having a boring subway tunnel. If anybody's gonna be inside of my tunnel, they're gonna like it. It's gonna be nice and pretty. Make certain that it's nice and smooth, and supple, and am I going strange places with this? Oh my word. Okay, so I'm just gonna fill the wall in here with cobblestone. because I want to make certain that I'm getting things correct, and it's way easier to know that I'm getting it correct if I fill the wall in like this, so... Some thundering outside, how fun. Okay, next is to lower the floor, I believe. Hang on a minute. I gotta make certain that I'm... Okay, yeah. One more section of the wall has to come off here. Hello, Narocross, how you doing? Oh my god, freaking thunderstorms. And look at that lion coming in and dropping 5 squats on me. Trying to make my badonkadonk look nicer. Ooh la la. Okay, I better actually sleep. Thank you so much for the subscription there, Aquarius. 23 months. Holy moly. I stopped watching The West Wing as soon as I saw you streaming. Really? Man, that's going back in time, too. The West Wing. I mean, how long has it been since they stopped doing that show? I think the game is very angry that I'm awake. Go ahead and craft as much mossy cobblestone as I can here, and we'll stash it in the chest because this is a material that I'm in consistent need of at this point. Mossy cobblestone. Right, I shouldn't be carrying that gravel with me, and looks like we're ready to put on another stack of iron. Let's stash the smooth stone as well, or the normal stone. Oh, right, I have some coal. ...2005 is when they went off air. Man. So, you see, it's a little bit ironic for you to bring it up because, like, I've never watched The West Wing and it's not my interest, but, like, somebody was talking about it. I was listening to political reporting. And one of the things that they do on this particular political podcast is that at the end of the week they'll talk about things that they're interested in that may or may not have to do with politics. It's the one time that they allow themselves to like talk about something that's not political related. And I was like, okay, this is interesting. And one of them was talking about the West Wing, and I don't even remember why, but I do remember them bringing it up. I'm just like, huh, interesting. So, you know, that's a thing. You guys let me know if that music is a little bit too loud, or maybe it's a little bit too active or something, yeah? Wouldn't this job be a job that would help Tev pay off her debt. There's no end to his so-called debt. Oh, man. You making a monorail? Yeah, yeah. Just the same as, you know, Springfield in that infamous Simpsons episode. Which was written by Conan O'Brien, believe it or not. Conan O'Brien wrote the episode Springfield Gets a Monorail. Oh dear, I think Twitch is having problems. I suddenly have 0 channel points. Oh dear, that's not cool. Okay, reloaded and they're back. Turned off Martin Sheen for Strife. High praise. Okay, let's just make certain that I'm getting this correct. I'm gonna have to raise the roof and lower the floor to get this done, but I want to make certain that the walls are in the right place first, because this is the easiest way to do it. Can I just say, it is so funny to me that on the border of the website I have advertisements for Magic cards. Oh, jeez. Today is probably not a cheery day to discuss U.S. politics, unfortunately. Yeah. And you know, we're really not here to discuss all of that type of stuff either, you know. This isn't a political podcast or stream or anything like that. I'm not here to discuss current events. I want my stream to be a place where, you know, you can come and you can hang out and we can talk about, you know, plenty of stuff. Mostly, you know, tiny penises and panties and stuff like that, because that's my particular brand of humor. But, you know, like, not here for social stuff and political events and whatnot. So, oh my god, how did I miss you? Freaking vein of iron trying to hide from me. Look at this. The wealth in them there walls. So the roof needs to go up by 2 blocks. Oh my god, too dark in here. These torches are gonna have, like, I don't really care that this tunnel is dark at the end of the day, but when I'm working in it, man, well, all bets are off. I'm not gonna be able to sit here and just stare at the ore sitting here, taunting me. That was surprisingly little to actually collect up. Magic, real men play Legend of the Five Rings. Yeah, it's 5 separate rings that go around your cock. It's a type of sex toy. How am I not supposed to take a statement about there being, you know, a game with rings and not try to turn it into a sex joke? Luckily, I am not a man, nor am I real. For example, wait a minute. Eli, how do the picks come in as an example? What are they an example of? Oh, wait. Wait, chat is a little bit slower than my jokes. You also don't respond to every single joke that I make. So that's probably a response to the tiny penis. Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah, that's obviously what you were referring to. Oop. So, this week for me was a little bit strange. It was something different almost every single day of the week. On Monday, you know, I did my normal stream and everything. Then on Tuesday, I was like, you know what? I don't know that we're gonna get any more snow this year, so I'm just gonna call into work. So I had a very lovely, slow, quiet day on Tuesday. I got a whole bunch of writing for my next video done. Then, after, so, like, you know, got a nice low and slow Tuesday in. Then Thursday rolls around, and like I've been looking for like basically a liquor cabinet because I've been looking to reclaim a certain amount of the kitchen counter that has been slowly swallowed up by the liquor that we keep on hand. You know, not for regular drinking, just for, you know, like something nice on the weekends. And we have to go way further south to pick up this this hutch. So it's like almost all of Thursday was the process of like borrowing the pickup truck that my father has and then driving out to get the stuff and then oh, that's already a properly sized tunnel because I've dug it already. And I've forgotten to lower the floor on it, too. Honestly, I'm kind of miffed at Magic spending 3 sets trying to do a thing and then just noping out of doing it right at the last second. Oh no, our bomb will kill a lot of innocent people. Let's get rid of it and let the same people be corrupted and mutilated by the bad guys instead. Wait, what type of a story write? Like, does Magic even have writing beats that it's trying to hit? Like, is there a larger... I've never played Magic the Gathering, okay? So, like, this statement that you just made is just entirely Greek to me. I thought Magic the Gathering was just a card game and that was it. It was just the cards and there wasn't anything larger or deeper happening with it. But reading that quote from you, Lying, makes me think that they've actually got some sort of semblance of a... whatchamacallit? a story running or something. Magic has an overarching story that has been going since '99. Various arcs. It's a pain to follow in some aspects. I had no clue about this. I thought it was just a trading card game, and that was it. That was the beginning and the end of it. It was like, these are some cool cards we'd made, so we can, like, you know, you collect them and you throw them down in competitions, and then that's it. You know, and we make more of them, you know, make new ones, etc. So I'm absolutely astonished to learn that there is actually a story. The latest being ancient bad guys trying to reach other realms and corrupt them. Ancient biomachines trying to spread their influence to complete the planes. It's like the Borg, except no hive mind. So the good guys spent basically their last year reconstructing a bomb used against those bad guys, went in with a strike team, took 50% casualties, and then just got rid of the bomb. Question I want to know here is William Strife a Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic the Gathering or Hearthstone type of guy? Both of you claim Hearthstone. Why Hearthstone specifically? I'm very, like, this is puzzling to me. You're a nerd. Duh. Okay. Okay. Here's the fun thing. I've never played any of, like, well, okay, I have played Hearthstone. Very briefly, I played Hearthstone, and I was like, okay, this is, I mean, okay. Then I put it down after playing it for maybe an hour, and I never went back. So, that's my history with card games. Pretty sure you played against Strippin' or Ravs at one point? If I did, there is zero remembrance of this in my mind, and I'm fairly certain that that wasn't the case, but I'm pretty certain I've never played against anybody who was within the Yogs cast. That and the fact that wasn't Strippin' already out of the Yogs? I could have sworn that Strippin' was no longer, had already left the Yogs cast before Hearthstone came out. Then again, you know, like, time just, what does time even freaking mean anymore? I'm in my 30s, and, you know, like, the idea is that, the statement of the days are long but the years are short is becoming increasingly true for me. So, Time is a lie. Hello, Momo. How are you doing? Don't mind me. I'm just, you know, performing infrastructure projects. Oh, boy. Time is made of lines. It is made out of... Time is not made of lines. It is made out of circles. That is why clocks are round. Caboose 2552. What the hell even? Hey, greetings, Nifty. How's it going here? It's going all right. It's going all right. I was just telling Chad about how I had an interesting week. Ah, yes, the dreaded chamber, the dreaded gravel chambers above head. But yeah, I managed to get my hands on a really nice liquor cabinet to you know, flesh out the house a little bit more. And here's the thing, I'm like, not only am I really happy with what I got, it's also actually the first proper piece of furniture I've purchased since moving in here. Like, all of my furniture up to the before now has been like either something that I've gotten, you know, like it's a put together piece of furniture, or it was a gift, where it's like, oh hey, well, you know, why don't you take this these couches because we don't need them, type thing. So like this hutch and or this hutch and or liquor cabinet that I got for only $100, which is a pretty good deal. It is the first proper piece of furniture that I have purchased since moving in here. So, and given that I moved in here 3 years ago, 3+ years ago now, that's saying something. So. I think that this is the way back. I need to deposit materials. Caboose, red versus blue. Okay, okay. I'm certainly alive. Hope y'all are good. You know, living, managing. That's probably the best way to describe it. Okay, so first off, we will deposit all of the smooth stone, or just normal stone. I keep calling it smooth stone, because I've called it that for so long. Then we will put away the gravel that I have, followed by... Actually, this is probably done, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So we'll take that iron out. Oh, not enough to to smelt again just yet. Okay. So put the iron away. I need to properly reorganize this place again. This building was not really intended to hold some of the supplies that I've started putting in it, so I really need to properly organize. Let's go over to the mine that I have and let's deposit the cobblestone. God, like the organization around here is so fragmented at this point. I've been sick for 4 days, so I'm finally starting to get better. Ooh, woof. Well, I'm happy that you're starting to get better. Oh, wee. Alright, so with that done, I'm gonna head back down into Le Mines. BRB, dealing with work. Oh, jeez. Working when you're sick. Like, I wish that I was getting close to the end of the diagonal tunnel, but what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like, and then there's this, which I don't even know how I'm gonna tackle. So I got 6 more diagonal sections to dig out and get looking proper before I can move on to the next part of the construction. The only American way. Yes, yes. I believe this would be an appropriate moment to use an upside down smiley face. Does Twitch have an upside down smiley face? I don't know if they do. I don't know if there is one. Okay, so this is the one that I'm working on. And the ceiling has been properly raised, so now we go down to the floor. Oh, hey, so here's an interesting story for you. Well, it's not really interesting so much as it is a recommendation. Yeah, I think calling it a recommendation is the right move. So, you guys may or may not recall that there was a book that I was reading, you know? There was a book that I was reading. It's called Legends and Lattes, and it's quite good. It's quite good. So, like, I'm roughly 2/3 of the way into the book, and it's a pleasant read. It's a pleasant read. I would advise any of you who have the opportunity to get your hands on a copy to give it a read. You know. Like, read, like, obviously, check out the synopsis for what the book is about, and if that sounds even vaguely interesting, I'd say that it's worth it. I'd say that it is worth it. I haven't sat down and read a book properly and just chosen to do that over something else in a while. But, this book, I'd say, yeah, it does the job. It does the job quite pleasantly, quite well. Tunnel digging is the #1 thing to do on Twitch to gain lots and lots of viewers. Did you know? This is actually one of this is that those things that you'll see online. This one funny little trick, This is that one funny little trick. If you dig tunnels in Minecraft, that's the one funny little trick to gaining like the biggest audience in history. Or not history, just in existence. One thing's for certain, I'm gonna be digging these tunnels a lot lower, moving forward. I do not like how shallow this tunnel is and how I've run into so much dirt. Surface dirt, to say, nonetheless, so... Got that widened up. Have you ever played a video game? Have you ever... Okay. Have you ever... Well, yeah, let's say played. I prefer to say the phrase bought. But have you ever bought a video game, or played a video game, or specifically returned to a video game? Specifically because of its music? Because I can name at least one game that I outright bought it. I bought it. It was an expensive-ass console I had zero interest in. Because of the music on a video game. For me, that game was actually Super Stardust HD, a game that I still wish that they would port to the PC. What was the game? Cyberpunk slaps. Really? For you it was Cyberpunk? Wow. You bought a porn game for the music. Oh my god, Nipty, that is quintessentially you, okay? I will just be entirely honest. Like, if there was anybody to make that statement, you are the one who I am the least surprised about. Deep Space Waifu has a good... I am still extremely entertained by that title, even... though I've heard you say it several times now. Vampire Survivors? Oh god, yeah, Vampire Survivors is good. I've actually put music from that game on while at work and just listened to it for like a half hour, despite it being an absurdly small musical loop. The soundtrack has lived in my brain for days. I love the Morrow Rock Station in game. Morrow Rock Station. Huh. Hi-Fi Rush's tracks slap too. Like in regards to like the music that I have listened to outside of the game most, Vampire Survivors, or not Vampire Survivors. There's a word. I'm listening to it right now. Crypt of the Necrodancer. There we go. Crypt of the Necrodancer is definitely one. There's an old game. It's a PlayStation 2 title called Castlevania Lament of Innocence. It's supposed to be the beginning of the Belmont vampire family hunting story. The music for that game was pretty damn good. I'd have to dig into my archive to be able to find the copies of the music again, but I mean, I could probably find it on YouTube as well, but... I don't think I ever bought a game just for the music. It's crazy. And I'm not gonna sit here and say that that's a common thing to do either. But like the most egregious example of it for me was an old game called Super Stardust HD. It was a twin stick shooter, you know, the type of game where one controller stick it moves you around and the other controller stick just determines the direction that you're shooting in. And it was new and it was very different because you control a starship on top of a spherical planet, so there is effectively no boundaries to the game level. And you're just shooting rocks, essentially. 5 levels, a boss at the end of each. And this was a PlayStation 3 exclusive whenever the PlayStation 3 was new. And I remember my friend, he had shelled out for a PS3, and I was like, why on earth would you ever... Why would you ever shell out for a PS3? I do not understand why you would do this. I was over at his house, and he was playing this game, and I was like, that looks like a lot of fun. So he switched over to his computer, and I played the PS3 for a while, and I was like, this is really, really good. And it was in that, like, half-hour time frame that I made the decision, okay, I have to buy a PlayStation 3. And that's what I did. This was a $20 downloadable game. Back in the days when downloadable games were very, very new and not the norm. And I was just like, yeah, okay, I have to buy this game. I have to buy this game and I have to play it. So I bought an entire PlayStation 3. I bought an entire HD TV. I bought an HDMI cable, which was not cheap at the time. Cost like $30 for a 3-foot HDMI cable. And that was when the PlayStation 3 was $600. And that's not in today's money either. That's in, 2006 or 7 money. It was, ooh. So, that's what I did. I went out and I bought an entire PlayStation 3 HD TV and the cables to connect the thing up, specifically so I could play a $20 downloadable game, all because of its music. Maro Rock plays all the Samurai Refused songs. It's also hosted by the Cyberpunk tabletop RPG maker Mike Pondsmith. Huh. A game that I own and mainly listen to the OST more is Need for Speed Most Wanted 2005. Okay, so does Need for Speed because the Need for Speed franchise is something that I never got into, right? In general, I was just never much for racing games, you know? So in that regard, did Need for Speed like license a bunch of music from artists, or did Need for Speed like have a bunch of its own music composed for it? Because like there was most of my racing game experience comes from the game Burnout Paradise specifically, and that was because going back to the PlayStation 3. There wasn't a lot of software available for the PS3 for a while, you know? And Burnout Paradise looked really fucking pretty, and I played the ever-living bejesus out of the demo for it whenever it came out. So, hello, MLab. How are you doing? How are you doing? What the heck is that up there? Oh my. Doing good. I'm making Neapolitan sugar cookies right now. Last batch is in the oven. Hey, nice. The music was licensed, but it introduced me to Cell Dweller and Bullet for My Valentine and Styles of Beyond. Really? Oh man, Cell Dweller. I haven't heard Cell Dweller in an age. Holy crap, now there's going back in a bit of a time capsule for me. I didn't listen to a whole lot of Cell Dweller, like, pretty much ever. Okay, this music can get fucked. I do not want to hear basically the same track over again. Certainly listened to a lot of World of Warcraft music. My lack of interest in the series these days be damned. I was an earlier adopter of the game, mostly because I was a Warcraft 2 fanatic and then a Warcraft 3 fanatic way back in the day. So. All right, I can't just leave this freaking gravel here. It is beyond my ability to just leave it sitting. Could have sworn I lost a hunk of scaffold, but okay. Oh, you know, I never played it and never will, but I've listened to a heck of a lot of Undertale music. Really? Now, there's another game that I feel like it entirely escaped me, you know? Undertale was just like such a... I mean, it was everywhere for a time, and it was impossible to avoid it effectively, you know? Inventory's doing all right. Now I have a dilemma. Should I get Command and Conquer 3 Tiberian Wars Kane's Wrath, or get the Dead Space remake? Ooh, geez, that's a difficult one. Cell Dweller, holy shiitake. Cell Dweller Unshakable is epic. I take your word for it. I mean, and that's just like the only time that I ever heard Cell Dweller was whenever somebody like used it in like their own fan mashup type of video or something because they really liked the music. Otherwise, like I don't know how, but it just never ended up on my it never ended up on the radio or anything whenever I was like listening to it, or like, not that I listen to the radio often, but still. Okay, so this has been widened. It's looking good. Looking good. Wait a minute. Ah, shit. I forgot to... I keep forgetting to do the floor in these. Trying to get these things as close to ready to place blocks in as I can. Obviously, I'm not doing it perfect because, like, I'm not pushing the walls back because there's indentions and whatnot. The walls are recessed to a certain degree. And I still have to solve the problem of getting my hands on enough glowstone to properly light these tunnels up. Not that I have to light them up very well, because most of the, like, there's pretty much no space for enemies to spawn. Because of what the floor is going to be made out of. So there can be some pretty dark sections, to say nothing of the fact that this is after, like, the update that changed light in the game, so. The music for Princess Farmer slaps too. Princess Farmer. Didn't know the princess could farm. Oh dear, my inventory's full. I got enough space in my inventory to pick up this dirt, but I'm gonna have to take another trip back and deposit material again. Ah. Okay. Oh, we. Toby Fox kicks ass when it comes to his soundtracks. Toby Fox? That sounds really familiar, like I remember Toby Fox from something. Oh, look at that. Better to roll again. Deposit the dirt. Forget the games. I just grabbed up 2 CDs that are out of print. Whoa. Oh, Toby Fox is the Underdale. Underdale? Yeah, this is the new. I mean, don't you know Underdale? It's the new. It's the hottest new show from the CW. Underdale. Wait a minute. Should I, maybe it's time for me to take a little bit of a break. I am out of coffee. Oh, man, guys. Today, I had some fantastic cardamom bread for breakfast. Tev made it last night. I'm so happy. Cardamom bread is fucking amazing. Then again, getting bread to work around here is difficult. Like, getting it to, like, the rising and everything of it. There's a huge problem with it in our area, so. Something, you know, you gotta look at the sky before you make good bread. Give? What? All right, listen. I am going to put you guys out to just enjoy the music for a moment. I'm going to go ahead and grab myself a refill on my coffee. Freshly naked bread. Toby also made some of the soundtrack for the recent Pokemon games, and he definitely didn't use Homestruck. Les motifs in some of them. Don't look that up. Everything is better naked. I'm better naked, that's for certain. But Twitch seems to be upset whenever I try to take my clothing off. So... There we go. I should save up for a new PC, then replace the monitor that got fried, or get the new monitor now and save 50,000 for and 50k for a PC later. I mean, that's a difficult one that I don't think I could reasonably answer. Shut up, son of a... Give me a break, game. What are you doing to me here? Oh, boy. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to use a whole bunch of the material that I take out of the ground on this round. Alrighty. Just plunk one of those down for now. We'll work on the ceiling, and then we'll probably use the stone that I take out of working on the walls. Go. Okay, so the next step is to go up to the proper height. And I can see the sky. That's not good. Oh god, I gotta fix this place up so badly. Oh boy. Yes, yes. The moment that I talk about taking my, the minute that I talk about taking my clothing off, Eli comes in clutch with the picks every single time. You are incredibly diligent, if nothing else, Eli. I will say that much. I just read the Twitch notification on my phone. Minecraft extended warranty. What the fuck, Microsoft? Eli, you are aware that that was what that is what I wrote down for my push notification today, right? That's not actually Microsoft telling you about an extended warranty. I assume that you get the joke, but all the same, I want to clarify just to be safe. God, leave it to Microsoft. They would try to do something like that at some point. Although you could always end up in a worse situation. You could end up with Minecraft in the hands of Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro. You know why they call them Hasbro? Because they used to be a bro. But they're not anymore. They're like a has-been. Like a Hasbro. Okay, let's collect up a whole bunch of gravel again. Not messing with that. Imagine if Minecraft added a subscription service for the Java edition of the game. I mean, I think that Minecraft or Microsoft has. I think they've managed to get what they wanted out of Minecraft in regards to the way that they've been allowed to monetize it. Okay. They've been able to basically successfully create Minecraft 2.0 with the Bedrock Edition. And the whole entire design of Minecraft Bedrock is that, you know, like a lot of the features that are community driven on the PC and Java are things that they have successfully locked behind subscription services or paywalls. Because in order to connect to somebody else on the Bedrock Edition, you know, you have to have access to realms, essentially, which you don't get for free. They've managed to monetize the cosmetics as well. Those are all free in the Java Edition, you know? Like, it's a very unique situation in regards to the Bedrock edition of Minecraft, where like they literally had to rebuild the entire game in a programming language that will work on console. And it's led to them having the ability to essentially recreate the game in a manner of their choosing for recurrent user spending, you know? And I you know, whether or not that's a good thing is up for debate, but there's no question that that's the way that Minecraft operates on Bedrock and console. So, I mean, Minecraft is just an insanely unique case study in how game development and design can go as an exception to the rule, I think. You know, it is not the standard. Like let's not forget that the concept of early access, Minecraft started early access. Like, games that were sold in their alpha or their beta phase did not exist before Minecraft. And it's so interesting to really just look at Minecraft, what it and not just what Minecraft is, but how Minecraft is, you know? It as a user experience, as a product, like, it defies so many norms within the industry, you know? And it sets so many unusual standards that we use today as well. Holy. Alrighty. So, this is where things are gonna get interesting. I have to basically create the tunnel sleeve, if you will, that the entire train track has to go into. This is gonna be awkward. This is gonna be super awkward. All right, so if that's the case, we got to come down 2 blocks underneath the rail first. Good to know that the the operation there, if you will, that was what I was missing. Good to know that channel points are working today, unlike the last time that I was streaming. Was it the last time that I was streaming? It feels like it was longer. Like it was like the channel points weren't working properly a while ago. You know what? We are going to rely on cobblestone going forward. So that's... Oh, guys, here's something. This is something that I am extremely entertained by. Okay, so you know how who was it that said it? Eli. Okay, it was you, Eli, who said this. Way back at the beginning. It was you who said this way 47 chats ago. Subnautica. And the guides that I made, right? So I've got these guides that I make, and I still get comments on a lot of my guides. And YouTube is kind enough to inform me of the things that people have to say about my guides and comment on them and everything. So I'm just doing my thing, and I check comments on YouTube, and what it tells, and I see the great duality of man. I see the great duality of man summed up perfectly in the comments to my Subnautica Beginner's Guide, okay? First comment that I see: I just started playing this game and needed some basic guidance. I watched 3 other YouTube videos that claimed to have beginner tips before I found this one, and I must say, yours is by far the best. On my own, in survival mode, I was able to learn the basic game mechanics, determine how to gather resources, convert water, etc., and use the fabricator, but did not have a direction or plan. Your video gave me a good idea on how to progress. Thank you. So that's a very full-bodied comment, given the state of comments on the internet, especially on YouTube. That is an incredibly full-bodied comment. So there's that. The immediate next comment that I got on the video on the exact same day: I hate this game so much. And I about fell out of my chair whenever I read these two things next to each other. I was just like, ah, yes, the two genders, you know, just absolutely and completely. It's just like, this sums everything up on the internet so much. Everything on the internet is this. If you were able to explain the fundamentals of any video game to a non-gamer in one sentence, what would you say? It's like real life, but not. Because that's the way you can define so many video games these days. Like, it's based in reality, but it's not reality, you know? You can kind of understand where the idea is coming from. It's like, yeah, you know, you take the boards, you take the wood and you saw it into boards, except instead of that taking all day long, it's 5 seconds. Oh, redeeming squats there. I see how it is. AmLab, you're still here. You lurky lurk. Man, looking at some of the clips of the Dead Space remake, wow, looks pretty horrifying, you know, in a good way. Meanwhile, I've never played any of the Dead Space games, so. In fact, the Dead Space games feel like they feel like the original one was so old that it was like a PlayStation 2 game. Wait, was it a PlayStation 2 game? No, that was not a PlayStation 2 game. It was a Xbox 3, PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, PlayStation 3. Okay. For a moment there. Okay, so this messy job never ceases, man. All right, we'll come underneath it, and even though it's not really necessary that I do it this way, I'm going to do it this way anyway. Go. don't like horror games, so I don't play them. Realizes I just bought 2 horror games recently. Wait. What are the horror games? Subnautica, totally a horror game. I don't care what anybody says about it. I remember making polls on my YouTube channel about like, so what is it that you like? Here are some things about Subnautica, and the answers boiled down to, why is there no map in this game? Where am I supposed to go next? And oh my god, why did nobody tell me that this was a horror game? There's a giant fish trying to eat me. So. Good times, you know, just good times. Okay. Ay. This should presumably... Okay. Trying to get this straight is a pain in the freaking tuchus. 5 squats and show mug. Holy moly. Well, I'm not one to deny. Here's your mug. "100% certified." Still a wonderful, wonderful thing. Coffee's a little bit different today. Coffee is a little bit different today. And the reason is because I realized that I had to I had to roast more last night. It was coffee roasting time once again in the Strife household. And so my situation was that I either roast more coffee last night, or I just, you know, take the very, very minuscule amount of roasted coffee that I already had and make do with it for today. And I decided, you know what, like this, I'll just roast more coffee tonight, get it out of the way, because like the less that I have to do over the weekend, the better. So most of my coffee today is Kenyan. We broke into the Strife brand coffee today. Might slightly have been hoarding it. Well, the best thing that I can say to you, Momo, is that stuff is always at its best whenever it's closer to its roast date. I mean, you do what you do. I was gonna ask how much of that stuff you had left at this point, but I guess I know now. Okie dokie. Okay, that's good enough for me, yeah? There we go. Oh, wee. So how did it turn out, Momo? Like, did you try any before now, or is now the first time that you've been able to crack into it at all? Son of a. Ugh, I'm faced with more gravel problems. But yeah, the coffee, well, it was a situation of having to either roast more or, like, it was either roast more last night or have kind of enough coffee, but not really enough coffee today. So I chose to just actually do the roasting. So I have a unique blend of 3 different coffee beans today. It's mostly, it's 2 scoops of Kenya, and then it's 1 scoop of a mixture Colombian and Tanzanian Mexican and Tanzanian pea berry. So, oh yeah, we've been drinking it. We finished the Colombian entirely. Oh yeah, the Colombian Mexican is always like the more mild blend. It's nowhere near as like, it's not as rich, I guess I could say. Like, robust? Like, the Kenyan is always way more, like, sophisticated of a blend, as it were. It's a little bit like the difference between a sweet wine versus a dry wine. The Colombian Mexican is like a sweet wine. The Kenyan is like a dry wine. So, hello, Jiggleham. How you doing? Greetings and welcome. We're drawing it out a bit for this other bag. Kenyan beans, yummy, sweetened with THC honey for my morning meds. Wow. Now that's something I never would have thought of doing. THC honey in coffee. Like, that's just... I've just never even thought. Ooh. Right, okay, so this is the next part that I have to work on. I'd better light this section up over here. I'm lucky that nothing has come crawling out of the cave yet. Holy moly. This place is rather large. This is the big chungus of caves, insofar as this area of the map goes anyway. Must be off now, you know, old stupid reason I have. Reason. Have fun, Will, and chat. Be careful of the creepers. Will do, Eli, and I hope the rest of your day is at least modestly okay. given the circumstances that of which you leave every single time. No bueno. Oh, you fucking rat. Oh, that's a... I found a skelly spawner. Unexpected. But I'll take it nonetheless. Or I thought I would take it. Turns out I can't fucking hold shit. Alright, well, we'll just stash that stuff into the chest. Maybe we'll come back for it later. Oh, you can't reach me. You're stuck. Was this it? Oh yeah, sure enough, this was it. I almost got myself lost there. Okay, cool. That's fine. You know, my inventory is pretty full. But, well, actually, I need most of this stone to continue building the tunnel. So, let's, Do I have sticks on me? No, I have 0 sticks. Woo. Whoopsie. So, we will put the wall in, and then we will pad the backside of it. Because it's going to be needed. Yeah, this trip down, the trip down into this tunnel is lasting a lot longer than all of the previous times for the express reason that I am using up the stone that I'm pulling out of the walls and everything for a change. Okay, so now that that's done, let's finish raising the ceiling here. When it's possible, you all should try to come around for a winter visit sometime. We should. We really should. Gonna be one hell of a drive, though. And it won't catch me dead going on an airplane these days. Like, I'm the only person I know, aside of, like, my sister and my brother-in-law, who wears masks still. So... Well, shit, I can't just see an enormous vein of frickin' gravel and not grab it. Whew. Oh, come on. My inventory isn't full yet. You can't tell me that my inventory's full. This is bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. Okay. Okay. Kids and cis and frogs. I'm imagining that's what would cis be? I'm having a hard, like, I would imagine that it would be fish, but you said fish later. So like, what on earth could have corrected to cis? Dogs correcting to cis is like one of the most bizarre, how the fucking hell even type of things. Okay, we'll deposit the gravel. That's cool. Okay, so go ahead and put some extra iron on. Stash the... Ooh, hey, we're full up on coal over here. Right. Need more blocks of iron. Needs more iron. Your phone is on its own mariachi. My phone is its own mariachi uno curse. Magical universe. I'm dying. Help. God. I love how the moment that I read 1, I was like, what the hell does that mean? And then I saw the corrected version. And I was just like, okay. Statement that makes no sense, followed by Morse code. Immediately followed by something that makes more sense and sounds so... God, that is... Momo, that was beautiful. That was... Magical universe, mariachi uno curse. I love it. I fucking love it. Like, that is beautiful. That is poetic. That's poetry in motion right there. Holy freaking moly. Man, there's really some wind out there today. Alright, grab up the rest of the gravel that I was unable to collect. Music feels appropriate here. Oh yeah, this is, I believe this is the music for Stranglethorn Vale. God, I spent so much time in Stranglethorn Vale back in the day. Talk about memories. Stranglethorn Vale, Nessington's camp. The Horde versus Alliance fights that happen there. Man. BRB, I've been told to go check out the snow. How dare you, Momo. You're just leaving me here for snow? Have fun. Hello, Amy girl. How you doing? Greetings. Whoa, Tatsu, you just cheered. Holy moly. Well, welcome, welcome. You know, since you mentioned Subnautica earlier, the way it uses Leviathan is interesting since it's a size category. If I remember as well as how the party they partly named the creatures. Yeah, Leviathan is a class of creature in the game, as I recall. Specifically because God, what is it? If you go into the dunes, I believe, the dunes biome, the like AI helper or whatever voice that speaks to you through the PDA is like detecting multiple Leviathan class enemies in the area. Are you certain what you're doing is worth it? Nothing has made me shit bricks harder than that statement in a game, okay? Like, there isn't even a threat immediately in front of you whenever that line is dropped in the game. They just know how strongly they are fucking with you whenever they say that, because you've encountered Leviathans up to that point in the game. You know what a Leviathan is. You know you want to stay the fuck away from it. You know the screeching that comes out of its maw, you know? And God forbid you've gotten up close and personal with one. So, for them to drop that multiple Leviathan class entities, are you certain what you're doing is worth it? Just, oh my God! Talk about a great way to make people stop dead and turn right the fuck around. Or how, if you try to leave the game area, they use ghost Leviathans as the border. Yes! Yes, they do. I'm good, just designing a clay farm for a Minecraft server I'm on. Hey, cool! Now, Amy, I have to ask, because you've seen me playing this game as much as you have, does the clay farm have anything to do with the fact that you saw me building working a clay farm while I'm here? Or is the clay farm something that you've always been meaning to do on your own or something? Did you know about clay farms before me, essentially? You know? Oh boy, oh my God, I'm actually reaching the end of this diagonal strip. Guys, I've almost finished trimming my landing strip, thank God. I'm also, I'm making it because of you. Yes, I also based the villager house on Crossroads slightly. It's always nice to know that people are inspired by my work, you know? It's fantastic. The Shadow Leviathan is both scary and cool, and its area is a bitch to get around since you can't take much down there. Yeah, yeah. Oh boy. That's a freaking statement and a half. Also, thank you for another cheer there. Cool. Okay, so, so that marks the edge of the wall there. I'm gonna need more stone, though. I'm gonna need a lot more stone to make this work. It's very unfortunate that I ran into the bottleneck of stone when I did. So that is effectively the wall figured out. Still nowhere near enough stone for me to get this finished, but I have a ceiling to work on, so I can definitely do that. Which unfortunately is not as high as I was expecting it to be. Go. Before I run back to deposit materials this next time around, which I'm nowhere near close to having to do, I am gonna need to remember to use whatever I've got on my person to finish off the roof for some of the tunnel back here. Oh, hey. Amy, question for you. Were you the one who was... Forgive me, my memory is not perfect. Were you the one who was trying to buy the circus peanuts? Oh, God. Gunk in my eye. Yes, were you the one who was trying to buy the circus peanuts previously? The what? The circus peanuts. It wasn't you? No. Okay. Okay. I'm getting things mixed up. My apologies. Never mind. Never mind. Circus penis? I mean, I know that it's small, but I didn't know that it was worth being in the circus for. Damn it. think that I've got the walls done properly in here now. If anything, it's impressive it's the people online that go out of their way to kill an aggressive Leviathan. Also, entering the vent garden for the first time is interesting. Yes. The Lost River is probably the place that gave me the biggest creeps. Just for a little bit of context, if any of you who are confused about the circus peanut thing, there are circus peanuts, like it's a candy, on the wish list, okay? And someone was trying to purchase those from me recently. Purchase from me? No, purchase for me. There we go. That's the word. You know, I went into creative mode once in Subnautica, and I tried to kill a Leviathan, and I was like, I don't know how the fuck anybody does this, because I'm like reading guides on how people kill the Leviathan Reaper, and I'm trying to do it while in creative mode, and I am failing spectacularly at this. And by failing, I mean, like, I just cannot get the thing to die. And it can't kill me, obviously, because it's, like, freaking creative mode, so. Oh god, circus peanuts. I hear those are the worst. Well, that's just it. They are on my wish list because I legitimately love circus peanuts, so. Like, I don't know what any of you misinterpreted my statement as. And Amy, I hope I didn't scare you or anything. It's just somebody, and I can't remember who, was trying to purchase them recently. Thought you said circus penis. Yes, yes. Well, I mean, what can I say? It is small enough to be seen in a circus, but no, not this time. Is it an American thing? I thought you said pants initially. Circus pants. No. Yes, it is a very particular type of candy. Again, if you type in exclamation gift, you can find a picture of the bag on the wish list, and someone was having trouble purchasing them, etc. I managed to figure out what was going on. But yes, it is an American. It's like a marshmallow. Basically, it's an orange marshmallow. They're supposed to taste like banana, and they're shaped like a peanut. You know, like they're shaped like a large novelty peanut, almost like a packing peanut in size. So. What I miss? Are you talking about underpants? Chat definitely misinterpreted my statement to think that that's what I was talking about. Again? No, I'm talking about circus peanuts, actually. Some people thought I said circus pants. Others thought that I said circus penis. So, you know, I guess it's all... That sounds disgusting. I don't like marshmallows anyway. Oh, my word. How can you not like marshmallows? This baffles me. I can eat maybe 2 circus peanuts every 3 years. I don't hate them, but definitely don't like them. You see, that's just it. I've learned that it's like, yeah, you can have maybe 4 circus peanuts in a sitting, you know? Like, that is actually the limit for me. I cannot go beyond 4 of those things because they are extremely rich. Most Dollar Trees carry them, though. They're indestructible like Twinkies. See, that's just it. Like, evidently, circus peanuts are not supposed to be, like, hard as a rock, which is the only way I remember them as a kid. So, like, when I found them listed on Amazon, everybody is like, "Oh my god, these are amazing! Like, you can actually chew them without having to go at them with a chisel first," you know. Which is not necessarily a ringing endorsement of circus peanuts in the first place. Went into my local city on Tuesday, and there's a shop called Candy World there. It sells a lot of American candy. I bought a bag of Jolly Ranchers. That's another thing that I've been trying to find in the local grocery stores, and I haven't had any luck. Jolly Ranchers. Those are actually really good. Ooh, hey, thank you so much for another cheer there, Tatsu. If anything, Strife, in Subnautica, we should be glad that the largest Leviathans are actually dead in-game. If I remember, the largest is over 1,000 meters. Yeah! There's the whole story about, like, what Leviathans are still alive and which ones have passed away because of, you know, story and whatnot, so... Oof, imagine the rendering of that. I mean, the Dragon Leviathan is already scary enough in that game, even though it is the least dangerous one, because it will not hunt you, you know? I think my favorites are blue raspberry and grape. There was only 2 green apple ones in the entire bag, though. Oh, no! The green apples are my favorite! Those are by far my favorite, man. Like, I need to get my hands on Jolly Ranchers because all I've got right now are these things. Which... they're, like, all right, but this is just, like, this is a jar of hard candies that I got from Aldi, and I think it's these, like, yellowish green ones. They leave something to be desired, you know? Apple and cherry-flavored hard candies. So, like, the apple ones really aren't all that great. The cherry ones are okay. Nothing compared to the berry mix that I got last year. Okay, so, with that done, let's fix up the ceiling a little bit here. Jolly Ranchers and Cheetos are becoming more popular in the UK at the moment. Or at least I keep seeing Cheetos in supermarkets. That doesn't surprise me, although I am curious how they make them in the United Kingdom, because the laws in regards to like how you can make and prepare food essentially is the laws in the UK are just so very different in regards to, you know, food standards. So figuring out how I'm gonna decorate this freaking ceiling is gonna be a bit of a trip, man. Doing an elbow and a ramp on these things is always so strange. Okay, what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish the tunnel up to this point right here, and then we're gonna go back and we're gonna start laying blocks and carving out anything that still needs to be done. So I'm more of a Doritos guy, but even then I only eat them on the weekends. I saw pizza flavored Doritos on my local shop the other day. Man. Hello, FNAF. How you doing? Greetings. Welcome to the stream. Okay, so we gotta keep digging this out here. Man, this is a lyrical song, and I used to be able to sing it. Lament of the Highborn. What's the country of the flag in the background? It is the trans flag, so transgenderism, etc. Of course, there's a vein of iron down here that distracts me. Can't not grab the iron, you know how it is. I mean, Midcrest is like kind of hurting for iron in the first place, so. Okay, so we dig down a little bit more here. Really wish I had some sticks on me. Make some more torches if I did. Then continue working on these stairs. You wanted to use up that stone? Yes, yes, and I will be using up the stone shortly. I just have to remember to actually do that whenever I get to after I finish up this tunnel and I go back and everything, I have to remember to use the stone before actually returning. There we go. Okay, there we go. I can hear something hanging out on the gravel around here. And that is the end of the playlist. All right, we'll go ahead and collect up this coal while we're here. I have one torch. One small little torch. Right, so we'll strip this out here. Seems to be one of those days where I use up all of my music. Really freaking quick. All right. I can't deny myself the gravel. I'm always gonna need more of it, so when I find it, I must collect. And since I am in need of additional dirt, I'll go ahead and clean this dirt vein out as well. While I'm here. Fill my freaking inventory up. Lickety-split with it. Is this the responsible thing to do? Probably not. Probably not. Probably creating more problems for myself by digging all of this dirt out, but... Okay, so with that done, oh, hey, check this out. More freaking iron. Go ahead and just, bleh. Ooh la la. Oh my word, Ace. Subscribed at tier 1 for 69 months on a 69-month streak. Nice. With a winky face. Hello, Ace. It's good to see you again. How are you doing? Let's change the playlist here, since we're out of music. I'll just put on the Starbound soundtrack. Fart song. You know what? Just for you, I will actually do this. I will actually play the fart song. Hello, coyote. Ah, oh my god. Oh my word. Well, there you go. You got the fart song. You got the fart song. Alright, we dig out to here. Holy moly. We got more gravel. Making my day. That was awful. Wait a minute. BRB 1 sec. Are you back filling a hole created by grabbing resources? Yes. Yes. I am filling holes created by grabbing resources. So many resources. So much gravel. All right, cool. That's looking good. I'll have to come back and finish this off later. What on earth do we have here? Momo subscribed to tier 1. They're subscribed for 16 months. I can do this again. Mwahaha. Boar butts. Yes, more butts. Thank you for subscribing, Momo. It's good to know that I'm worth both your time and your money, and it's great to have you along for the ride. Also, Ace, thank you so much for the subscription. It's good to know that I'm worth both your time and money, and it is great to have you along for the ride. Did anybody else subscribe today? Aquarius subscribed. Thank you so much for the subscription. It's good to know that I'm worth both your time and your money. It's great to have you along for the ride. Okay, so our inventory is full now. Let's focus on running back and using up a little bit of these resources to fill in some of the roofing that needs to be done around here. There we go. Cool. We're on our way. Ah, damn it, man. I just think that I'm almost done, and then I turn a corner, and there's more to get done. I really wish railroad tracks would be laid diagonally. It would be nice, but at the same time, I'm like, things still work, you know? Things can still work. Like at least whenever you're actually running on tracks that are constantly placed on blocks like that, like it actually it runs the cart as if it's diagonal instead of like doing some weird left right left right left right with your view point, you know? Ah, don't do this to me. Game, what are you doing? What are you doing? You're busting my balls here. Okay, there we go. So. Why did it feel like I left something back here? Weird. Oh, right, I might want to hit play on the music again. More holes in the ceiling. Right. This is one of the few times that I'm going to ignore that there's additional material up here for me to grab. It does. It's just my OCD when I look at the tracks themselves. Oh, no, I like... Believe me, Coyote, I get it. I understand. You know, at the rate that I'm eating up this stone... out of my inventory, I might just not even bother going back topside and going back down to collect up more? I don't know. Maybe I'm talking too soon. Oh, wee. I have the perfect emote for this. Oh my god, Momo, I love. Oh, we. Oh my. I've actually run out of cobblestone to place. Okay, so there's that. Did I have any more holes in the ceiling to patch? I don't think that I do because I've gotten far enough back to find the stairs. Will and Tev poking Momo's butt. Yes. Nothing more wholesome could exist, right? Oh my word. Okay, let's deposit the materials I've got here. Not enough for another smelt just yet. Huzzah. Exactly, that's EI Entertainment right there. What does the E/I mean? I've seen that in the corner of, like, the screen whenever I would see, like, children's programming or something, but I never understood what E/I meant. Educational and informational? Okay, yeah, so exactly what I... Because it was always one of those things that I would see... I haven't seen it in a long time, because I haven't watched television in a long time. Like, proper broadcast television. But, man, like... You know what? This has been taking up space in my inventory for a while. I should have stashed it back in the shulker an age ago. Oh, you know what? While I'm up here, I should probably harvest up a couple of more, I should probably harvest some more vines, because I'm going to need more of them consistently here. It's been so long since I've watched television, but I remember seeing it way back in the day. I haven't been close enough to these trees for the vines to grow. Fun. So... I just remember watching TV and being like, what the heck does the EI stand for? And it was back in the day before smartphones were a common thing. And it's like, I guess I'll just imagine what it could be without actually knowing. And that was the end of it, you know? I actually just finished off my coffee. I'm going to have to go downstairs to grab some more soon here. Getting better with the coffee to creamer flavor ratio. Really? Interesting. I like it. Okay, so before I go back into the tunnel, I'm going to have to... First things first, I'm going to grab up the stone cutter that's over here, because I'm going to need this with me. And I... Son of a... Bit, you get the fuck out of here, you piece of frickin'... Scared the crap out of me for a moment there. And then I get the angry radio in my ear. Okay, now let's grab up the mossy cobblestone that I already have crafted. We'll grab up all of the stone brick stairs I already have crafted. And I think everything else can just kind of sit where it's at. I don't think that there's anything else in this chest for me, so... It's how they were showing, they were meeting their quota of supplying something other than junk cartoons. Which is crap, as everyone has a favorite cartoon, but most people don't have great memories of the EI shows they were forced to watch. One of the best EI shows that I ever watched, which may have probably predated the whole thing, was the Magic School Bus. Magic School Bus was very entertaining and also informative at the exact same time. Like that was good experience, just outright, just plain out of the gate, you know. So okay, so we will grab up 4 stacks of the normal stone here. And we want some space in the inventory to wiggle with. Oh, I should probably make at least a few. There are no sticks. No sticks here. So... $32 will do the job. Whoops. And we'll go ahead and stash the rest of those sticks. What time is it? It's almost dusk. We'll hang out because I haven't slept in an age. Back in the early to mid 2000s, I had us watching Schoolhouse Rock. Oh man, I like mine where you get the sweetness of the creamer with the international Irish cream, but you still get that coffee taste. Yes. Magic School Bus was an excellent show. Also, Bill Nye the Science Guy and Beakman's World. God, you know, I was always a bigger fan of Beakman's World, but they stopped airing it. And my understanding is that Beakman's World turned out to be like this really, really big thing in Mexico and Central America. Like if you go like down in Central America, Beakman is to them as Bill Nye is to most American kids. Most kids that watch Beakman in America, or Bill Nye in America. Beakman, Bill Nye, they both start with a B. I can't keep them straight. Ugh. He took science principles and made them interesting and fun to learn about. Yes, yes, and that was just it. Like, I always liked Beakman more because it was more about answering questions that people asked, you know? And that through line made it more interesting to me. Bill Nye was like, hey, let's talk about this topic today, you know? And there wasn't anything that made it feel like he was talking to the audience because they asked the question. So Bill Nye was like, these are the topics and this is how we're going to talk about them. Meanwhile, Beakman was like, oh, you asked this question, let's answer it, you know? It made a big difference to me whenever I was young, so... Both of their enthusiasm really connected with children in a positive manner. Yes! Yes, so much. Like, they both seemed interested in actually delivering the information. So... Alright, so, well, I forgot to grab some Deep Slate. I'll have to bother with that later. Okay, so, with this being the case, we will start to patch up the... We should probably do the ceiling first, but the floor's already dropped, so there's no real point in favoring one over the other. Okay, so, first things first, block down there, and then... My viewpoint is going to start bobbing around constantly soon. In the UK, there's a kids show called Horrible Histories, which was based off of a book series of the same name. The show made learning history comedic and fun through song. You know, what I remember was that at the time they were trying to do the same thing with a show called Hysteria, and it was all basically making big jokes out of history. I remember my teacher at the time. It was elementary school. I don't remember much beyond that, but she one of the kids explained to her, was like, well, why don't we watch Hysteria? And the teacher was not impressed when she had Hysteria explained to her, how all of these very serious historical events were used as the backdrop for jokes. It was not okay, it was not funny, and it had no place in her classroom or any other form of media, you know? So, nothing like a teacher that takes their topic so seriously that it cannot be, that you can't have fun with it. Nothing like it, you know? That being said, I remember watching Hysteria when I was a kid and being like, this really isn't all that great. So, that was also a thing. Sounds like a teacher that was prude. I don't know, you know. Could have been, but I don't have answers. As outdated as it was, Schoolhouse Rock was fun. There are a lot of things in Schoolhouse Rock that still are good today. Like the explanation of how a fucking law gets passed. A lot of adults today in American society could fucking watch how you get a law passed to understand, like, the way that our national politics work. I'm just a bill. Yeah. Exactly. Of course, the funnest thing that we haven't seen in a long time isn't a bill. God, you know, when was the last time we did one? A constitutional amendment. A constitutional amendment is like the holy grail of things. Because you know what? You know what's great about a constitutional amendment? You can't declare a constitutional amendment unconstitutional. That is by far the most fascinating thing right there. It's just like, yeah, it's an amendment. Therefore, it cannot be declared as unconstitutional. I screwed up on how I place these stairs. I have to go back and rip all of these out. The tagline for Horrible Histories is history, but with the horrible bits left in. There's a whole song about the bubonic plague. Oh my god, that's fantastic. I love it. I love it. I just voted a constitutional amendment in up here in Michigan to protect abortion rights. That's good. That's good. Come to think of it. I have absolutely fucked up that spelling, but thank God the search engine understands it. Fuck off, Google. Don't try to track my location. Okay, list of amendments to the United States Constitution. We have 27 constitutional amendments, and the last one was passed in the last one was in 1992. That is an interesting thing. The 27th constitutional amendment to the United States Constitution was proposed in 1789 and it was approved in 1992. It took 202 years. My God! What the... Okay, then. The previous one, the last time that the Constitution was amended and between its proposal and its amendment was back in the 1970s, the early 1970s, which tracks. That tracks. The concept of anybody after the 70s doing anything to the Constitution, like actually like the idea that a modern idea was proposed and then adopted anytime after the 1970s feels like it's just not possible, because I feel like that the longer I go, the more I hear about modern politics, the more I hear the modern politics put into context, I realize that the 1970s was the last time of like big progressive movements, strong labor unions and things like that. The 1970s was basically the end of that era of progressivism in America, and things swung way more conservative towards the end of the 70s and it was solidly conservative in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s, etc. And I mean that in a regard to, you know, what elected officials were doing and the direction they were taking the country, not necessarily in regards to how judicial things were moving. Because I think that the judicial movements of American of the American government the judicial branch of the American government, I feel from the 70s up through the 2000s was still very progressive because of the people that were on the bench during those times. They were holdovers from the end of, you know, basically the direction that things were moving in due to momentum, and then the pendulum swung back the other way or something. It's interesting. But yeah, the idea that the 1970s was the last time that someone proposed an amendment to the Constitution and then it was actually ratified, that just seems sensible or very real. So I mean, with a majority of other voters in the state. Hey, that's even better to hear, Momo. The fact that it actually got passed. Oh my god. Ugh. Doing stairs sucks in my I have set myself up for such a painful experience here with all of the stairs that I have to place. Somehow got that stair upside down. Thinking about it, there was a horrible history song about cowboys. It included a fart solo. That's why I enjoy Sabaton. It's music and it teaches a bit of history. Even the music videos are cool, like the Bismarck video and the Steel Commanders one, which shows off the attacks in the world of tanks. Attacks in the world of tanks. But there is some that are also cool, like Christmas Truce. Music is the medium for interaction. Yes, it is. Christmas Truce is... That whole Christmas Truce is fascinating. Just the very, very concept of what happened there during World War II? No, that was World War I. That was trench warfare. Yes. Thank you so much for the cheer there, Tatsu. One to increase the president's pay. Remember, the 21st Amendment was made to repeal the 18th Amendment, which was to repeal prohibition. Yes. And that's one of the crazy things. You cannot actually take things out of the Constitution. You can't say, okay, we're just going to erase that ever existed. No, you, like they don't do that to the Constitution. It's like, no, it is on the books for good if you amend it. You can pass another amendment, like basically nullifying it, but that doesn't mean that the previous entry... It's not like you can erase line 5 and then basically everything after line 5 changes number. That's not possible. That's not how it works. So... Alrighty, so with that done, okay, those stairs there need adjustment. There we go. Oh, the fun experience of putting stairs into the corners again. My lovely, lovely experience. This is what I've always wanted to do with my time. This is one of the most tedious and painful things to do in Minecraft. And I totally understand why some people will never, ever interact with this functionality of Minecraft, like being able to place stairs and make things incredibly beautiful and immaculate and like paying attention to all of these fine details. So many people. The glacial grind of government progress slowly pours our bones down the hourglass of time as dust. Jeez. Did you come up with that on your own, Momo? That sounds a little bit poetic, like almost like you were quoting someone. Heck, if I remember, until a certain point, they were actually adding the new amendments to the Bill of Rights. New amendments to the Bill of Rights. Well, the Bill of Rights is just shorthand for the first 10 amendments that were passed after they established the Constitution. Now, the way that it was taught to me, granted, I understand the flaws of the the schooling system in America these days better than ever before, so I don't know how accurate this is. But as it was taught to me, the Bill of Rights were things that the founding fathers of the nation basically thought were pretty obvious, but they should probably write them down just for certain, you know? It's like, okay, well, these things should be obvious, so we're going to go ahead and write these down just to be certain. Now, that was the way that it was put to, like, I don't know, a 5 or 7-year-old, as I seem to recall it. But the first 10 amendments to the Constitution were passed basically immediately after the writing of the Constitution and its ratification. So... Go. All right, cool. So, lesson learned. We go for the top part before we go for the bottom part. Gonna light this place up just a tiny little bit, even. Oh dear, I'm all out of stairs. All right, let's make a couple more stacks. I did just think of it. I get wordy when I get weedy. Oh my. All right, in a moment here, guys, I am going to take my last break of the day to grab the rest of the coffee downstairs, because it's been long enough since I finished the last cup. And I don't know when Tev is going to be awake or anything, but my stomach is starting to tell me that I'm getting close to lunch, which tracks because it's about 3 o'clock, and I typically stop streaming at 4. Okay, we're looking good. I'm going to have to come back through and do the painful thing of the top section of this place, but at least I can let that go to the wayside for at least a little bit. Whoops. Like, I'm actually up to a point where I have to run back. I have to run out to side shale and start cooking up a whole bunch, and I mean a whole bunch of, that is not what I meant to do, of clay, because I'm actually up to a point where the next shipment of clay that I move out to side shale is going to max out as much clay as I want to keep on hand at the site. So once I actually get out to side shale, I'm going to have to basically sit there for a long time and let the smelting operation go on a whole bunch of clay. So, you know, obviously not something that I'll stream, but if I remember, there were other things they wanted to add to the Bill of Rights, but instead said amendments could be added in the future to improve the country. You know, it's been a long time since I've actually read up on any of this stuff. It would behoove me to actually go back and re-educate myself on it. Son of a bitch. Well, I say side, but it was probably written. Say said. Okay, yes, say said. I'm also going to have to come down here with diorite and do a little bit of patching here. There's son of a attach in the right place. So posted a pic of the cookies in Tev's Discord. Oh man, AmLab. I will take a good look at that. You know me, I love cookies. Son of a... These stairs! They are defeating me today. They are so thoroughly defeating me. All right, I'm gonna finish up this line of stairs right here, and then I'm gonna take that quick break to basically grab some extra coffee and whatnot. Okay, so I will be right back, guys. How's everyone's day going? It truly betters my day to see other people struggling with stairs. Hello, mixed up content. Struggling with stairs is a very... It wouldn't be a problem if I was close enough to the stairs, but, you know, fun times be what they are. Okay, I will be right back, guys. I'm just going to go ahead and get myself a refill on coffee. So, don't go anywhere. Quiet day, snow here. Snowing for me, too? For once, it isn't snowing where I am. We got 2 feet last week, but it's been all sunny today. Wow, that is a lot of snow. Last year we moved to Wales in December and we had a lot of snow. Didn't help that the boiler was playing up. Jeez. The beauty's worth all the snow hassle, though, at least to me. We got a couple feet before Christmas. Haven't had much since then, but we're in a lake effect area of Michigan, so it's not super out of the question either. I adore snow. I want it year round. Could always move to the Antarctic. Nah, I have too many health problems. They won't let me. Alaska then. They'll pay you. How dare you abandon us, William? I mean, what can I say? Sometimes you, sometimes you, you know, you step away, and then you have to have an especially long underpants adjustment. You know, takes a whole lot to get everything just in the right place. Anyways, this will be easier if I carve the wall out first, I think. My inventory is indeed still slowly filling up. And as you know, chat, I have many, many underpants to adjust. Contemplating what on earth to do for lunch today, but like normally by now, Tev would be like stepping into the stream and being like, "When are we going to eat?" But not this time around. She's finally in a position where she's actively like she's not fighting her sleep schedule, which makes me super, super happy, you know? For a long time, she was like, I know that, like, I should just sleep whenever it comes to me, but God, I want to be sleeping at the same time as you. And I was like, I know, but please do not force yourself to sit in bed for hours on end, sleepless, just because you want to be next to me. Like, just do what's good for you, you know? So, I'm super happy. Now she's, she was like, yeah, I'm nowhere near sleepy. So I went to bed at my normal time, and I think she came in like 4 hours later or something. So, which would put her bedtime at about 6 o'clock, you know? Alrighty. I don't know anything about that. Yes, I'm positive you know absolutely nothing about it, Momo. You're lucky, Enderman. I don't want the trouble of having to remove you right now. Oh, hey. Hey, Ace. Thank you. What'd you do? You'd like to know, wouldn't you? You'd like to know. Yeah, I would. Well, I mean, you can't always get what you want, you know, so, there you go. I am confused. It wasn't exactly my mission to confuse you, but, I'll call it a success anyway. You're welcome, though, I guess. Okay. Okay. This goes a lot faster after I actually carve the walls out ahead of time. Here's the deal. If I told you why I was thanking you, I'd be flirting with danger right now. That's all. There are people here who could do things. Or make requests. And we don't want to flirt with that right now. Maybe someday, but not right now. Oh, this is for Friday night. What are you talking about, Ace? I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, so that's all done. What we will do next is take this out. And right, this has to go as well. Oh, you know what, chat? I should probably bring this up now. I should probably, like, bring this up at the end of the stream as well. I probably won't be streaming on Monday because I have a doctor's appointment. So, you will have to live with, without me on Monday. Unfortunately. It is what it is. If I get, like, you know how it is, like, you'll get, like, a crack of the, you'll get a doctor's appointment at the crack of dawn, and you'll show up on time, and then the doctor will be late or something, you know? Hope it goes well. It's nothing to really worry about. It's just a normal checkup involved with, you know, my condition and everything, so. Okay, let's start from this side. Story of my life? Oh, geez. You know, we've all got our things. We really do. Yeah, doctor's offices have one appointment that goes long or shows up late, and then the whole day is spent playing catch up. It's a terrible game of dominoes. Yeah. So like I think the longest I've ever waited for my appointment was 2 hours, where I showed up on time and then I sat in the exam room for 2 hours just waiting for the doctor to show up, and I was like, man, this is ridiculous. And you know, part of me thinks that they're it's the hospital intention, because you know, hospitals, they're run like businesses. They're not run like medical centers. You know, get them in, get them out. The more patients, the more money we make, type situation. You know, and part of me thinks that like the doctor is just always overscheduled, and that's an enormous part of it. So. Woo! Speaking of doctor's appointments, I'm going to the dentist to get my teeth cleaned on Thursday. Best of luck with that. I know how unpleasant teeth cleanings can be. After having a non-insignificant amount of dental work done myself, like I'm finally up to a point in my life where I'm like, okay, every night I'm flossing, every night I'm brushing, you know. I'm doing my best to have like really good oral hygiene, because I'm sick of tasting blood every single time I leave the dentist's office. And I don't want to be in the position that my father ended up in, where it's like he's had so much like dental trouble in his life, and I'm like, I don't want to be there, you know. It depends entirely on how the practice is run. Frequently, they're only allowed approximately 20 minutes per patient on average, anywhere, unless it's a special appointment. Ugh. Which, I mean, just that whole concept bothers me, you know? In a hospital, it's usually 10 minutes. Ugh, woof. Speaking of brushing, if I remember, you're supposed to brush your teeth in circles, and most people don't. Yeah, you're supposed to go in little swirly circles with your brush. I remember one of the local TV stations that carried, I think, like Warner Brothers cartoon block. They had a guy who would like stand there and do all of these like promotional things and talk to kids and whatnot. It was a very 90s type of thing. But I remember he specifically there was a specific bit that they did teaching kids to brush their teeth, because he had to go to the dentist, and they filmed him you know, inside sitting in a dentist chair and everything. And he was making a point. He's like, okay, so you need to brush your teeth in little swirly circles. This is the way to this is the way to like keep your teeth clean so you don't end up where I am right now, you know. And I think the way that they were putting the whole the way it was all put together in their bit was that, you know, like he drank too much soda and now he's got a cavity and he's got to get it filled and everything. And it's like, oh, I don't want to be here. I don't want to have this done. But, you know, like, oh, like my tooth really hurts type stuff. At which point, you know, he grabs, you know, like one of the you know, big teeth models off of the shelf to his side, and he's like, okay, so this is how you're supposed to brush your teeth, you know. And, you know, what I remember is that the scene was like poorly lit. The sound wasn't done very well. It was extremely local TV material. But like, it did its job, because I remember them playing that bit over and over and over for months on end, and it definitely sunk into my brain. And I'm like, okay, so this is the way that I have to brush my teeth. And that's the way I started brushing my teeth after that. So, it took a long time for me to warm up to the prospect of just freaking, like, flossing every single time. It took me forever. But, you know, I eventually got there. Okay. I screwed up again. I should have put the stairs, these stairs in before the ones on the bottom. Okay. There we go. Okay. Another thing I remember is that sugar doesn't do much to your teeth. It's bacteria that causes cavities. Yes, yes. What causes the cavities is specifically bacteria that eats the sugar that's on your teeth. So that's the reason why you brush. Like, one, it's to remove the bacteria. Two, it's to remove the plaque, because the plaque, the bacteria loves to sit inside of the plaque and eat away at your teeth as well. So that's the reason why you have to go back and, like, one, the circular motion is what removes the plaque really, really well, that the bacteria will sit inside of. And then there's the there's the flossing, which ensures that you get, you know, the additional bacteria and plaque out from between the teeth. So, because obviously brushing does not really do a whole lot for brushing doesn't do a whole lot for the in-between of your teeth and getting the plaque and the bacteria out of there. So I'm feeling a little bit conflicted right now. Like, I should stop and rip out a whole and take this a bunch of this gravel out. You know what? Let's just do it. Let's take out as much gravel as we can. and deposit it upstairs. We'll see whether or not there's enough here to justify putting... Will it fill? I mean, it filled pretty good. Also, the obsession that most Americans have with white teeth is bad because if you're not careful, you ruin your teeth. Yes, yes, that is actually something that I'm extremely aware of. I remember, like, and it's one of those things where the more you try to find non-whitening toothpaste, the more difficult it is. But like the basic stuff is still out there. You just have to look a little, like, you usually have to look at the bottom shelf because it's the cheapest toothpaste available. But yeah, like, I learned whenever whitening toothpaste was, like, all the rage back in the 90s or the early 2000s or something, that all they really do is they kind of strip a layer of enamel off of your teeth, some of them. I don't know if that's what they do these days. There may have been, you know, some sort of a rule passed or whatever. But I remember after learning that, I was like, oh, this is a really good reason to not use whitening toothpaste. So, just do what Richard Hammond does and get them whitened. God. I mean, if you wanted to, like, coat your teeth in something that, like, basically paint them white, something that washes away and is, you're like, not gonna affect your digestion, cool, fine, whatever. I use Colgate. It has regular toothpaste and usually comes in multi-packs. Yeah. I think Colgate is what we use as well. We try to go for the cool mint stuff because that I just think I like it better. But normal paste is perfectly fine as well. So. Okay, I need more cobblestone, so... Son of a bitch. Just when you think you're done with the freaking... Ugh. Okay. A little bit at a time here. Especially since I recently learned that apparently there's no real difference between toothpaste only outside of the whitening or the kind of sensitivity or the kind of that's sensitive for teeth. Yes. So there's not really a whole lot of true incentive. That, like, you'd be surprised at how much of the things that you purchase in your life is purely marketing, you know? Marketing is like 90% of everything that you've ever bought, you know? Like, you didn't really need that. It wasn't necessary. It was just a really, really good marketing trick. Like, body spray or deodorant, I believe, is the same. Yes, yes. Now, admittedly, there's something to be said for, like, the way that it applies and the method of application. In regards to, like, body spray or spray-on deodorant, in my case, it's like, that's what I prefer. I really, really hate stick deodorant, you know? Okay, that's enough of that. I need to switch back to this. Oh, son of a... Alright, cool. That's all done. Yeah, like gel or dry deodorant. Yes, yes. And I personally think that there is legitimate, real value in, like, okay, I prefer this stuff because of the way it goes on, versus... Because there are few products out there where it's like, okay, the feel of it matters, you know? Like, at the end of the day, so long as things are, so long as you're getting the same effect, feel is one of the few situations where it can come into the equation as the most important defining factor, you know? It's like, oh, I like this flavor over that flavor. It's just the flavor I enjoy is liable to give me cancer, you know? In which case you're like, well, I think I know which one is more important in that case. The one you like that has a chance of giving you cancer versus the one you're not that big of a fan of, and it won't give you cancer, you know? Just, that is an extreme, very hyperbolic reference. Alright, I think, chat, that this is going to be the last section of the tunnel that I work on for today, because it is 4 o'clock. I should be getting to food stuff. How's the Minecrafting? Minecrafting's going well. I'm actually in the process of closing up shop here, just finishing a section of the tunnel before, calling it a day. I'm full of coffee and there's not enough food in my belly, so I'm getting what I like to refer to as coffee gut. Which, there are worse places to be in life, but coffee gut is not one of the pleasant ones. Oh, son of a... the stairs at the bottom are always the most annoying because I keep dipping up and down, you know? Ooh la la. That sounds painfully close to rot gut. I mean... It's not a pleasant feeling. Also, hello Vash, thank you so much for the subscription. 32 months. How long do you have you been staring at your screen? How long have you been staring at your screen? I mean, consecutively for only about 40 minutes right now, but I've been streaming for about 4 hours, so. Okay then, I'm out of stairs. I think one more stack will do me just fine. Alright. I still have to come through and do the roof on pretty much every last chamber, but at least, how many more of these? Let's take stock of what I have left to do. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we have 6 of these, and then we have the awkward transition section to sort out. But 6 diagonal sections to actually fully work out, in addition to the roof to get done on all of them, basically. Would you care to learn the insane stuff I've done in my Fallout tabletop campaign? Sure, why not? Go for it. I gotta sort my inventory out before I leave anyway, so. So, there's still a supply problem that I have in regards to having enough diorite to finish this tunnel. There is a problem with not having the lamps, the redstone lamps to finish the tunnel. But other than that, I think I have every last scrap of material necessary to do the work on this place. Oh, you know what? It's actually a good thing that I stopped when I did, because I'm going to have to make more mossy cobblestone. I don't have anywhere near enough of the stuff. I'm down to my last 62. So, that's another thing. Stash the dirt here. Oh man, I got gravel on me and I didn't stash it back where I was supposed to. Oh right, how are you doing? You still have a lot of space to stack things up. Gravel. There's a Fallout tabletop game. There's a Fallout tabletop game? There is, but I just made my own 5th edition conversion because I'm nuts. Alright, looking pretty good. Scusa. Scusa. Nuclear-powered Sherman tanks with laser cannons, a would-be crew of 18th century styled pirates hiding out on the Great Salt Lakes, giant seagulls in the same vein as cliff racers, and a bunch of other fun things. Roll a d5. Just got word of another settlement that needs our help. Oh, wee. Oh. Relaxus the Bacchus. Whew. Sounds like it's a crazy ride there. Oh. Okie dokie. So, what are we looking at here? I still need to work on the rail station to make it look nice. Because the station itself is not finished. Even though I have inadvertently wandered into the process of working on the rail lines themselves, the station proper is kind of barren and empty and boring, so I gotta come up with ways to like beautify things down here, to say nothing of the fact that like the floor is still all like partially ripped up. At least the line out to Crossroads is all sorted out. It's not an issue, so that's a good thing. I do need to so yeah, I gotta come up with a style for the station. I need to finish off working on that one particular line out to the Church of the End. I need to beautify the upstairs here a little bit. Not a whole lot, just a little bit. I like what you did with the cobblestones. I mean, I like making things look good, and it's interesting to see the way that everything that attaches to Midcrest here looks increasingly sophisticated, while Midcrest itself, like I have zero intention of ever modifying Midcrest to look any different than it does right now. This little village at the center of the world needs to have it needs to retain its quaint building aesthetic from way back in the early days. One of my players elected to become the Florida Ghoul, and somehow they're the only sane one amongst the party. God. It's hit or miss, partly because I screwed up and had my players start 5 levels too high. Oh dear. Oh, all right, so, guys, it has been lovely entertaining all of you today with some Minecraft. I want to remind you that there's a really good chance, it's almost for certain, that you will not see me on Monday.